Some people can do it very quickly. Some people take time. Why? Because in this spiritual progress, we do not take one life at a time as a unit. It's several lives. We have worked on this project of going back home for many lifetimes. We prepared slowly and slowly. The work we have done in the past comes into play when we start here. Some people from childhood are feeling such an urge to find the spiritual truth. Some people take their life in old age, they find out, oh, this was too bad, I want to find there's God, I want to find solace somewhere else. So it all depends. We have had training through religion, through understanding of other things, through books and so on, for a long period. And then when the time is right, and that's the time when we really begin to move upwards. The right time is when we are ready. When are we ready? We are ready when we say, this is not our place. If we are still attracted to this place, we say, no, I want to live a little longer. Consciousness says, go ahead. Gives you a long rope. Every time you wish for something, you get a long rope to go ahead with it. It's only when you say, this is not for me, I want something more, I want something in, you are ready. When you are ready, a spiritual, perfect living master comes into your life. And when he finds you are ready, even after his teaching, he initiates you. Initiation, as I mentioned yesterday, is the most important event in all human lives put together. When you are initiated, your account with this karma is over. Not it will be over one day. It's over. The accountability to the angel of death, the accountability to the very system that determines what your next life will be, is over. The accountability is now in the hands of your perfect living master. The master determines if you will have another life or not. The master determines what that life will consist of. The master makes sure the next life will be better for you for meditation and spiritual progress. Therefore, it's a very big change in our spiritual self. The change that takes place by initiation. Master takes 100% guaranteed responsibility to take you back home to Sachkhand in as short a period as possible, depending upon how you resist going home. Some people, even after initiation, they say, no, master, little more. So, okay, spend a little more time. And this is not only happening at the physical plane. Some people start saying, master, I have to, finish my duty there. Master, I have to take care of that building, that house I was building. And I have to do that before I die and before I go away. You give me a chance. Go build 2 buildings, doesn't matter. Go do all this. He gives you a long rope, but then he pulls the rope. He pulls the rope because guaranteed. They say that once initiated by a perfect living master, you cannot have more than 4 lives. 4 human lives. And each life will be better, more conducive to the spiritual growth than the previous one. It does not mean we all will have to 4 lives. In fact, some people, some satsangis in Chicago area, they came to me and asked this question. They say, is it necessary to have 4 lives? Can't we just go home in one life after initiation? Why should we wait that long? And I said, no, you don't have to. Then they quoted a scripture, book by Swamiji, which said, Ek janam gur bhakti, one life is meant for love and devotion for the master. Janam dusre naam, you get initiation, second life. Janam tisre turiya pad, third life you go into the causal stage. Chauthe me nij dham, and the fourth you go to Sachkhand. So they said, here is description by a master that this is the timetable he has laid down. That first you meet a master, you develop love and affection for the master, devotion, and then next life you are initiated, and third life you go halfway, and then fourth life you go to the top. I said that is a standard pattern. That's a very standard pattern which number of people go through. But it is not mandatory for everybody. So I recalled an experience my father had. My father was initiated by the great master, Lekh Rajpuri. And when he was initiated, he had a very terrible experience one day. That is, he was pulled so fast, he thought he was dying, and he said he'll never meditate again. Then he went to the great master, said, this is not for me. This is too frightening, this path. Great master said, who do you expect to meet when you die? I expect to see you? Then why are you afraid? He said, the other thing is, you haven't seen me inside, so I can understand your fear. But do you know statistically that nobody has ever died during meditation? Not even a natural death. What a coincidence this is, that during meditation nobody has died. Even a natural death they haven't died. So how can you say that you're going to die just by meditation? So that gave him some security. He said, but take it easy, slow step. Darja badarja, he used these words. Go stage by stage and not all at once, don't jump. One day he heard from a fellow satsangi that great master said in his satsang that you will definitely go home in 4 lifetimes, not more. So he went to great master in the evening. He missed the satsang. So he went to great master. He said, Master, is it true that you said in the satsang today that we can't have more than 4 lives? Great master said, Lekh Raj, why are you bothered? You are not having given another life. This is your last life. He said, well, Master, I am asking question from another point of view. Why can't I have a 5th life? Why can't I have a more? Why are you putting a restriction on it? I understand masters come again and again. If you happen to come again, you think I would like to stay up there? Then great master explained. He said, if a person gets initiated by a perfect living master and follows his instructions, this is the last life. If a disciple follows instructions given at the time of initiation, does meditation regularly with love and devotion, this is last life. Only if one cannot follow instructions, is amiss in meditation, has not developed enough love and devotion because of other preoccupations with the world, only then he will have a second life. Only if a person leaves the path and runs away, not believing in it anymore, will he ever get a third life. And only one who will criticize the master, even kill the master, will have a 4th life. It doesn't mean everybody is going to have a 4th life or 4 lives. So he explained it very clearly. So let us not imagine that this is a standard formula. That it depends on what priority we give to the spiritual path. Give it first high priority, number 1 priority, everything is after the spiritual path. You go after this life. You'll never come again. But you may go from the physical plane, but you may like to stay on the intervening plane. There was a beautiful British follower of the great master. I was very young. She was also a young girl, 18-year-old girl. And she came and she was so pretty. When I was sitting in satsang, I was looking at her rather than at the master. Young people, young age, these things happen. I was surprised that she never looked at me. Normally, my experience has been that even if the other person doesn't know you are looking at them, they have a feeling somebody looking and they turn around. This girl never turned around. She was looking constantly at the master. English-speaking girl. Master was giving a discourse in Punjabi. But she was listening as if she understood everything. She was initiated after that satsang and went back and wrote a letter to Great Master. And Great Master's mail was being attended to, especially English mail, by 4 or 5 people. One of them was my grandfather. He used to write the letters, replies, as dictated by Great Master into English language. When he saw that letter, he made a copy of it and gave it to me. He said, this is an important letter. You will need it one day. I didn't understand why I would need it. But the letter said, Master, after initiation, I made rapid progress. And I was at the astral stage for a while. I didn't want to leave. It was so attractive for me. My artistic tendencies in the physical world still operated there in a bigger way in the astral plane. And I wanted to spend so much time there. And then With your help, but for you, I wouldn't have gone ahead. And with your help, I went ahead. And now I am near the great void. I know without your help, I cannot cross. A young girl writing like this was one of the greatest inspirations for me. That if she can have that experience so rapidly, so fast, and unknowing the language in which the master is speaking, there's something else, a connection. That at a young age, she must have had a great background, which she has done already, to make this rapid progress. But the significant part was that you can be distracted even in the middle of this journey. It's not a one-step journey. That you will find more temptations and more distractions at the astral plane than you find in the physical plane. So a lot of people are tarrying there, disciples of perfect living masters. You go and you'll see them there. You meet them there. They'll be there for, some of them, for 1,000 years. But the master who initiated them finally, after which they were never born as human beings, is the master still with them. Same master continues when it's your last life. Then the master, if you are initiated by a perfect living master and you die and the master dies, then what happens? You are born again and that master is gone. So then a new master appears in your life and you initiate it. Are you a disciple of this master or the one who initiated your last life? No, the last life is over. He put you on track. He's given you guarantee. The next life has come. That master has come up. Suppose that you come one more life. A third master comes up. The master who is the final one after which you are never going to be born again in the physical plane is the one who will stay with you forever. Right up to Sachkhand forever. No matter how long you stay, how many distractions you have, how slow your pace may be, in the inner regions, he will be with you forever. These are very significant facts and give us an assurance that the master, physical form of a master that we meet, when we are willing to do what he is telling us on meditation, on satsang, on these other parts of the spiritual program, that he is going to be the master forever. He is a companion forever, a friend forever. It's a great feeling to have a friend like that. Unconditional love of a friend like that changes one's life completely, here and hereafter. So that's why it's important to put it high priority and make the master you love, the last master. If the master who has initiated you, you feel little, oh, it's nice, it's good, but if there's a but in it, you're coming next time. And have a master where you won't have any buts to say. That you are so attracted to the master. You say, I love him. I miss him. I can't come again to find something else. So that's how the perfect living master remains with you all the time.